Advanced Counseling Scholarship, and this is our first one also. So I can tell you we are PV residents right now. Son goes to PV school. Janice retired from Pleasant View Elementary as the school secretary, and she loved it. And so maybe some of your students remember her. She loved it when we go to the grocery store and she'd have a student run up and tell her about a missing tooth or whatever had happened. She loved that. So all of you students should be very proud to be here tonight. It's tough, I think, for a lot of people up here, but just know that our connection is really great with all of you. So we really appreciate it. We're proud of you students, and really happy to be here. So if we'd like to award this tonight to a student. He's got over 400 hours of community service, which was a huge deal. And we love that. And the other thing is, my mom believed in giving a hand up. So it wasn't a handout, more of a hand up, meaning, you know, we understand the scholarship's not going to pay your way through school, but we understand that it might help a little bit. So that's the intent. So Eli Erickson. And again, she'd be so proud of all of you. So just hold your heads up and wish you well in your future. Sure. And be good at adulting, please. We need some better adults.
Hi, I'm Darren Erickson, and I'm the principal at Pleasant Valley High School. Each year, the Pleasant Valley Educational Foundation awards scholarships in honor of each of the district's elementary schools. Students who receive these awards have the ability to reason, solve problems, and communicate effectively. They also demonstrate the district's commitment to excellence. Could the following students please join me? Sarah Ramsdale, Emerson Peters, Ahmed Beg, Alexander Kanak, and Aditi Nachnani. The winner of the Bridgeview Elementary Achievement Scholarship, Sarah Ramsdale. The winner of the Cody Elementary Achievement Scholarship, Emerson Peters. The winner of the Hopewell Elementary Scholarship, Ahmed Beg. The winner of the Pleasant View Elementary Scholarship, Alex Kanak. And the winner of the Riverdale Heights Scholarship, Aditi Nachnani.
Good evening. My name is Jim Spillog. I'm Superintendent Emeritus. First scholarship I'm honored to give this evening is the Tom Sinclair Memorial Scholarship. Tom was a charter member of the Pleasant Valley Education Foundation, the host, the sponsor of these scholarships. The foundation was organized in 1991, and Tom became its president in 1994, a position in which he served until his untimely death in March of 1998. Tom, along with his wife Sandy, had two sons who graduated from PV. Chris graduated in 1990, Jeff in 1993. Tom was a strong advocate for the foundation and its goal of supporting educational excellence. The recipient of this scholarship in honor of Tom is a problem solver with the ability to work effectively with others, and uniquely, in honor of Tom, is awarded to the PV graduate with the highest cumulative GPA in the class. This year's Thomas Sinclair Memorial Scholarship goes to Cassandra Smith. The second scholarship this evening is the ORA Orthopedics. ORA, as many of you may know, is a private practice group of orthopedic surgeons dedicated to musculoskeletal patient care. This is an area of health critical for maintaining a fulfilling quality of life. It affects millions of Americans' well-being each year. By awarding this scholarship, ORA hopes to encourage students interested in pursuing a course of study related to musculoskeletal health. Examples may include, but not be limited to, being a physician, a nurse, physical or occupational therapist, or athletic trainer. Actually, the origins of this come from a scholarship that will be awarded later in this evening with the Joe and Carolyn Martin's scholarship. Joe, of course, is a physician at ORA, and upon the beginning of his, which is a family scholarship, he helped initiate this ORA scholarship. This year's ORA Orthopedic Scholarship is awarded to Imad Haq. Anyone associated with the district, particularly its athletic program, knows the term total effort. If there has been a student, at least in my 30-year tenure, student athlete who has exhibited total effort, it would certainly be Brett Greenwood. This scholarship is given in honor of Brett and is annually awarded to a senior who best exemplifies the work ethic, spirit, and total effort Brett exemplified on the field and in the classroom. Brett graduated from PV in 06 and was a three-sport athlete, outstanding in football, basketball, and track throughout his career. Many of you may know that after high school, Brett enrolled at the University of Iowa as a walk-on for the Hawkeye football program. By his sophomore year, he had earned an athletic scholarship and significant playing time. And then by the 2007 season, he became the starting free safety for the Hawkeyes, a role he held until his graduation. Upon graduating from the Tippy College of Business, Brett signed as a free agent by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And on a sad day that we all remember, a difficult day in September of 11, Brett collapsed while he was working out on our football field in preparation for tryouts with the Steelers due to an abnormal heartbeat, and his collapse caused severe neurological damage. Brett's approach to his rehabilitation is the same as it has been with everything he does. Total effort, total commitment. The winner of this scholarship must have the same qualities of Brett, and the recipient of this year's Brett Greenwood Total Effort Scholarship is A.J. Tapper.
Excuse me, y'all up here. Push this over there, put that there. And this is a hard act to follow. Wow, that is first Mr. Spellhog and then Mr. Greenwood. And then my son got that award. That's amazing. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm Steve Tapp, and I'm representing the Board of Directors for Pleasant Valley Youth Baseball. You know, and I'm both a proud parent tonight, as you can tell, and a contented coach tonight as well, as I'm happy and thrilled to see so many of the kids that I was blessed to have had a front row seat to see them grow up to be such great kids. And I'm so happy for all of them for their hard-won, well-deserved honors. All right, for those that don't know, the BPV is an all-volunteer organization that provides baseball to our community regardless of financial need. BPV also funds baseball facility improvements in our city parks and annually awards this college scholarship to our best and brightest high school grads. So tonight is my honor to recognize an incredibly worthy Spartan and one of my former players too. First time for me to do that. So could I have Seth Good please come to the stage? Just so I can brag him up as a very proud coach, Seth far exceeded the scholarship requirements of playing 6 seasons in BPV. I think Seth and I could probably joke, he wasn't the overall #1 draft choice that everybody would die to have, but I always had to have Seth on my team because this kid is just a great teammate, a thoughtful kid, a great kid, and he's never backed down from a challenge. And I think his teachers, his employers, his volunteer coordinators around town would tell you the same thing about him, that he is just fantastic. Our future National Parks Ranger here is a tremendous student with a 3.71 grade point average, despite the fact that he's indispensable as an employee to his employer. He works at Subway, by the way. You guys can help him out with some footlongs here. But Seth is also, beyond that, he's got an extracurricular list of mile long. Band leader, robotics team leader, astronomy club. I can't brag him up enough. And I was going to say the other thing too is he's shown volunteerism in his community, and he's done a lot at his church. I mean, this kid's so busy, and you all are so busy. I'm just amazed by everything you guys do, and will continue to do as you move on. So I want to say the BPV is proud to have Seth Good represent our program and our community so well now and in the future. So please help me congratulate him and all of tonight's great winners. This is the big don't lose the check. We had a scholarship winner misplace the check one year. That's a bad, no bueno.
My name is Mike Duncan, and I'm a teacher here at Pleasant Valley Community Schools. Many have said already, and as many will say after me, it is really a privilege to stand before you, for you guys, especially having had the opportunity many years ago to work with you, to enjoy watching you grow up and to achieve what you achieve, and look forward to seeing what you will become in the future. I am here representing the family of Ozzy Osterberg and speaking on behalf of my wife, Lori Duncan. Ozzy Osterberg had the gift of noticing the hidden strengths in each Spartan softball player. He shared his wisdom and his knowledge of the game by sowing those words of encouragement to the players of the Pleasant Valley softball team. His strategy worked because his insightful words grew confident ball players who then played with courage. This year's recipient is Sophia Lindquist, and I'd like her to come up and say a few words, please. I'll say a few words about her. She was not a speaker. not the impression I meant, Sophia. I did not mean that. Spartan softball continues to reap courageous ball players. Sophia Lindquist is one. As was Ozzy Osterberg, she is a strategizer. She strategically applies her skills and knowledge of the game to give her team an edge and to breathe courage into her teammates. Sophia has no what-ifs as she approaches her last high school sports season. She's capitalized on all of her gifts. Her competitive spirit reflects the spirit of the Ozzy Osterberg Team Spirit Award. Because of that, congratulate Sophia. Thank you.
Across the decades in the district, there were many accomplishments, many celebrations, much to be joyful for. But so too are there difficulties and hardships. Without question, the hardest of those is the loss of a student. Carl Schilling was a student at Pleasant Valley High School who was 15 years old when he was struck by a car while he was participating in a Civil War reenactment at the village of East Davenport. Carl was active at that time in numerous school, community, and church activities. The family established the Run with Carl, which takes place each Labor Day, as you know, to serve as a funding vehicle by which a scholarship would be given each year to a Pleasant Valley High School graduate. And given this community spiritedness that Carl demonstrated in the third or fourth year after it was exclusively awarded to a PV graduate, the Schilling family added a Bettendorf High School graduate as well. So now annually, the Schilling family awards the Carl D. Schilling Memorial Scholarship to both a PV and a Bettendorf graduate. Student is selected for their scholarship, for this scholarship, who most exemplifies the values and the love of life that young Carl exhibited in his short life. This year's Carl D. Schilling Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Nathan Bowling. We were humbled now about 5 years ago when the Schilling family announced that after the 20th running of the Run with Carl, that they were going to step back. They asked the school district, both PV and Bettendorf, if they would consider taking on the Run with Carl, continuing its legacy as a great community event. We were honored to do so. And though we have never, so far at least, been able to run as good of an event as the Schilling family did on their own, we will continue this great tradition. And it serves as a continuing important funding source for our scholarship growth and specific scholarships that are awarded each year. I think in particular, what I want to note to our scholarship recipients is this as an example, and it is not the only one, but here is a family who has experienced the most searing pain that a parent can experience, the loss of a child, and they choose to turn that pain into helping others. It is that great strength, that gift that they have given us, that our foundation decided to honor the Schilling family for all of their work that they have done in the community, all of the help that they've given our foundation, and established the Schilling Family Scholarship in their honor. This year's Schilling Family Scholarship is awarded to Malia McCulley.
Good evening. My name is Brian Struce, Superintendent of Pleasant Valley Schools. I'm not sure I can say much more eloquently what Dr. Speller just shared about the Schilling family and the great generosity they have shown our district. With that scholarship and the race every Labor Day, the funds from that, which again are now run by the Pleasant Valley Education Foundation and the Bettendorf Community Schools Foundation, we are able to offer 6 scholarships each year. At this time, I'd like to recognize the first 3, and if they would come forward with their names: Madison Brady, Corey Connor, and Nathan Van Utrecht. These first 3 scholarships that we give are students who show hard work, they faced an obstacle, and they've overcome it with grace. For that, the first one to Madison Brady is the Spartan Nation Determination Scholarship. The second one, the Spartan Nation Perseverance, goes to Corey Connor. And the third recipient is Nathan Van Utrecht for the Spartan Nation Extra Mile. The next scholarship is for the Spartan Nation Band. This scholarship is awarded to a senior member of the Pleasant Valley Spartan Band who has demonstrated leadership, spirit, and dedication which positively impacts the band and the community at large. This year's Spartan Nation Band Scholarship goes to Samuel McGrath. This next scholarship goes to the following 2 students. As Dr. Spell mentioned, Carl was an avid runner. The final 2 run with Carl scholarships are awarded to senior members of the Pleasant Valley Spartan cross country teams who have demonstrated leadership, spirit, and dedication which positively impacts the team and again, the community at large. The Spartan Nation cross country scholarships are awarded to Morgan Miller and Cole Summer.
Right, this is the first time I've done this. Good evening, everyone. My name is Linda Andry, and I am the CEO of Sinclair, and I'm very honored to be here tonight, along with Owen, to present the Dale Owen Be the Light Scholarship this evening. Dale served the Central Credit Union beginning in 1999 and as CEO since 2013. In June of 2020, Dale was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer and sadly lost his battle on November 14, 2020. He is dearly missed by many, many in our credit union and many in our community. In his short time as CEO of Centra, Dale built relationships. Many of you in here built relationships with Dale Owen. These relationships would bring businesses, organizations, and individuals together to improve our communities, promote growth and viability in our region. At Centra and in the credit union industry, Dale fought hard for financial choice, ensuring that consumers had opportunities for first-time homebuyer grants, emergency loans, credit counseling, and affordable financial services. Dale lived the life of serving and being kind to others. This was shown by his involvement in many nonprofit organizations, either as a board member, a grant writer, or an advisor. Whenever there was an opportunity to volunteer, Dale was first in line with a big smile on his face. He was a true servant leader. During his illness, whenever I spoke with him, the first question he would ask me is, "How are you doing?" It was never about Dale, it was always about everybody else. He encouraged all of us to think of others first. Serve, show kindness, and help those in need. This was Dale every day, in both his personal and professional life, being the light for others. Grace Pender. Grace. Paul. Just so happens. So it's very fitting that you are the first recipient, right? Congratulations as you embark on your new adventure, your to volunteer and be the light and show kindness to others.
Good evening, everyone. Dale Owen was usually my buddy up here and has gotten me through many of these throughout the years. Anyway, I want to congratulate all the recipients and their families this evening. What an exciting time in your lives. I am Debbie Lensmeyer. My late husband, Paul Lensmeyer, was CEO of the Central Credit Union for 20 years and passed away suddenly in May of 2013. Centra, along with Paul, have a strong belief in education and giving back to the community. Centra was very kind in establishing the Paul and Lensmeyer Scholarship. We set up the criteria with the values and work ethic Paul and I instilled in our own children. All three of our kids attended PD and continued on to get their college degrees from Iowa State, St. Ambrose, and the University of Iowa College of Pharmacy. They continue to excel in their careers today. An advocate of education and community involvement, Paul involved Central Credit Union in events that promote reading and sponsorships with area libraries and schools by creating and sponsoring the Booker Bear Reading Challenge with the Pleasant Valley School District. I'm sure a few of you have your Booker Bear tucked away safely. Paul was an intelligent man of great vision. He followed the mantra of listening, caring, and doing what's right in both his professional and personal life. I'm sure this recipient will embody Paul's characteristics. Paul would be humbled, and I am honored to present the Paul and Lensmeyer Scholarship to Reese Thompson.
Good evening, my name is Monica Cruz. I'm a proud member of the Bettendorf Rotary. The Rotary Club in Bettendorf is one of 34,000 Rotary clubs nationwide with over 1.2 million members. We seek to improve the lives of people around the globe by promoting peace and understanding. Rotarians believe that we can make a difference around the block and around the world. Our service projects focus on youth, people with disabilities, survivors of abuse, recovering addicts, the homeless, and veterans. Our international projects address clean water and sanitation, care for the less fortunate, and the eradication of polio from the planet. But we also believe in our students, our next generation of leaders. Our commitment to education has been demonstrated in the creation of these Rotary Scholarships, funded solely by members of our club, with the singular purpose of providing ongoing scholarship opportunities for local students. Although all Bettendorf Rotarians contribute to these scholarships, some have made significant gifts to assure future scholarships. Major donor Rotarians include Charles Mooney, William Stratt, and Rich and Dee James. Rotary Scholarship recipients demonstrate strong leadership skills, high academics, and exemplify Rotary's motto of service above self. It's my honor to award the 2021 Rotary Scholarships tonight to Megan Strews and Elizabeth Pischke.
The next scholarship I have the honor of presenting is the LeClaire Lions Club Service Scholarship. Lions clubs are recognized worldwide for their service to people. Today, Lions extend their commitment to sight and hearing conservation and youth programs throughout the world. LeClaire Lions Club cooperates with the University of Iowa Eye Bank and with cochlear implants for the hearing impaired. The recipient of this scholarship has gone beyond the community service requirement for graduation. The LeClaire Lions Club Service Scholarship goes to Jared Jones.
Well, my name is Dick Wales. Get that thing off here. And I'm here to present a scholarship tonight. I had a little song. I'm at the age where I have to look at notes here, or I forget who I'm even. But first of all, I want to thank and congratulate all of you students that are receiving these scholarships tonight. I never was smart enough to get one of those. But I also want to thank all the Pleasant Valley teachers and the staff through all the years. You've made Pleasant Valley one of the greatest institutions in the whole state of Iowa. I had 2 sons graduate from Pleasant Valley, and we had a daughter. My wife and I had a daughter, and back when our daughter, Kathy Jo, entered her freshman year, was also a year that Pleasant Valley was building an addition on to the school and a swimming pool. And Kathy loved to swim. She was so excited about that. But unfortunately, she came down with leukemia and never got to use the pool. But she felt like she wanted to do something, so the staff, the building committee, let her color all the diagrams and everything, so it'd make it easier to sell the bond issue to the general public. And then in her sophomore year, leukemia came back again, and anyway, she wanted to make the Honor Society so bad. So again, I have to thank the staff They wrote out a schedule so that she could do her studying at Iowa City. And when she could get home, she could come here to the school and head home. And when it came time to announce students that were accepted into the honor roll, she was there. She was able to come home and accept it. And we asked her what she would like to have as a reward from us. We thought it would be going to Disneyland or Wisconsin Dells or something, and she said, what she wanted most was a Pleasant Valley jacket, and it's still with her today. And I just want to tell you, parents, to tell your kids that you love them. You never know what's going to happen the next day. I just talked to an old schoolmate of mine, and he said when he graduated when he was 17, he told me he never once had a father-son talk with him. Never once had any of them tell him that they loved him. So take that little bit of time. The most precious thing you will ever have are your children. At this time, I would like to present to, well, I hope I don't call your name now, Allison Sue.
I've been told by several of my coworkers I look better with my mask on than off. So, before we go here, I was just looking at the time frame on years of scholarships, and believe it or not, my wife and I are kind of approaching a little more of the elderly number, but we just were commenting on the number of scholarships that have been added. Especially in the last 4 or 5 years, and you really need to be appreciative of that, because ED High School, I think you're pretty proud to be able to have that many offered to you. It really is quite the honor to have those. Anyway, I'm Jeff Andreessen, and this is my wife Nancy.
With great joy and peace, we are here to award the 18th Memorial Scholarship in honor of our precious daughter, Jane Lee Andreessen.
We thank all of our family and friends for supporting this scholarship. We remember how much Jane valued education and loved going to school at Pleasant Valley.
Unfortunately, Jane, our only child, passed away on November 12, 2005, after a courageous battle with a rare pediatric cancer called alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma that began on the bottom of her left foot.
As her parents, it brings us joy when we hear others tell us that she was such a courageous role model. Jane said, "I am not a wimp," during her role as an honorary survivor at the 2005 Scott County Relay for Life. Evidence of her strength showed even when knowing when she stepped into a phase of life that many fear the most.
The terrible cancer disease seems unbelievable that it can attack children, and someday we hope for a cure. But until then, we strive to fight against it in the best ways that we can. So we chose to support our community by awarding Jane's scholarship to a Pleasant Valley graduating senior who plans to attend college or vocational school upon graduation, who possess qualities like our Jane in the following ways.
A high honor student,
Interested in pursuing a career in a health-related field,
dedicated and respected,
considered likely to succeed,
a positive role model,
enthusiastic about life,
gets along well and cares about others,
self-disciplined and doesn't quit easily at life,
not afraid of a challenge,
involved in the community,
morally and ethically strong.
desires to help others for the good of mankind.
The Jane Lee Andreessen Scholarship takes on a very special meaning. Offering it provides encouragement from our daughter to others who may not have met her. Her spirit lives on to inspire that special person to work hard, face difficult challenges, and dream to become someone who desires to help others.
This year's recipient is a wonderful, remarkable one. She witnessed her grandmother never let a cancer diagnosis affect her because she didn't let it take away precious time away from enjoying her life activities, such as cooking for her family, joining in for story time, dance parties, or visiting grandchildren on the playground. She aspires to contribute to science to help people better their lives and to help fight against or find cure for diseases.
With great honor and privilege, we award the 18th Jane Lee Memorial Scholarship to Aditi Parab.
This next scholarship is known as the Chuck Murphy Spartan Spirit Award. I'll take a quick moment to just give you a quick glimpse into this scholarship. But Charles Chuck Murphy was a longtime parent, family volunteer in our athletic program here in Pleasant Valley. Chuck had 5 children, with the youngest one being Mark. At this time, Mark would like to share a few words with all of you, and he's not going to be able to be with us tonight because he lives in England, but here's a quick video to recognize his father and also to share who the recipient is.
Hello, my name is Mark Murphy, and on behalf of my sister Chris, 1971, my brother Russ, 1973, my brother Ken, 1974, my brother Dale, 1977, myself, 1983, I'm proud to be here to present the scholarship for my father, Charles Murphy. My dad was around all of us in Pleasant Valley, and even after I left, and was an active member in volunteering around the high school, whether it was videotaping for years our football, basketball, marching band, and other events. He was an active participant, track and field, timer at the start and the finish line. This year's award winner, Caitlin Christ. Caitlin, congratulations to you for all you have done so far in your life. My dad would be proud of you. And the challenge now is go continue and do more great things. Go PV.
Hi there. I'm Mary and this is Steve Nowak, and we're here to present the Nowak Memorial Scholarship. 10 years ago, we started the scholarship. Was an incredibly intelligent, funny, caring young man with close friends who looked up to him because he questioned them and all of the uncertainties of this world. Boy, would that come true this year, wouldn't it? Woo! did not follow the traditional high school education and elected to attend Project Ready, which is now known as Thomas Edison Academy, to get his high school diploma. We have a true passion for those kids who really do want to get a high school diploma, but find it difficult in the traditional setting. Actually was an honor student here at Pleasant Valley. Life took a very different direction when at the age of 19, he died unexpectedly. And that was 2 days after he was accepted into Job Corps. The student honored with the Nowak Scholarship is given to someone who attends Edison Academy and experienced an obstacle in life that made graduation a challenge. After reading the applicant's information, it was amazing that this person achieved what she achieved after what she went through. I am totally amazed. I'm very excited. And this award goes to
Chloe Taylor.
Connie Slava was a dedicated employee at Pleasant Valley High School for 15 years before she passed away in 2018. As one of 16 children, her family struggled with poverty. She had a special place in her heart for students who had the same challenges as she faced as a teen. At Pleasant Valley High School, she would walk down the hall with a group of students following close behind her, vying for her attention. Connie did not mince words, nor did she lower her expectations, but she did have a great sense of when a kid needed a break. Beyond inspiring students at Pleasant Valley High School, she was also a foster parent and adopted at-risk teens. The student the scholarship goes to is a student who knows how to work hard and who is good to others, who has always had a plan for their future. Connie was also one that believed hard work is what pays off. For those of you who worked with her, that followed her down the halls, knew that you had to have running shoes to keep up with her. She worked 100 miles an hour, and us kids could not keep up with her. So the award for the Connie Slava Memorial Foundation goes to Alexandra Hurtado.
Hi, my name is Karen Newhouse, and this is my dad, Tom. My mom, Crystal Newhouse, was a kindergarten teacher at Riverdale Heights Elementary School when she passed away in 2013 after a 9-month battle with leukemia. A 3-sport high school athlete, she was one of the first women to earn a full ride athletic scholarship to the University of Iowa, where she competed in volleyball for 4 years. She started teaching in 1984, but took a break to raise her own children, myself and my brother Brock. In 2002, she returned to her career in education as a teacher in the Pleasant Valley School District. Crystal was positive, genuine, caring, nurturing, and a humble person who always had a smile on her face. She influenced those on the field and in the class with a tremendous work ethic and will to win. A tree was planted in her memory just outside her classroom at Riverdale Heights. The stone that lies beneath it is inscribed with the message for all. Live compassionately, give freely, and care deeply. The scholarship honors a Pleasant Valley student athlete who possesses many of the same character traits as my mom. This year's winner, who happened to have Mrs. Newhouse in kindergarten, is Ryan Mooney.
Hello, I'm Eric Dipple. This is my daughter Molly, my wife Missy. I have 2 other sons, Tyler and Kyle, who couldn't be here tonight. Molly's a graduate of 2018. Kyle graduated in 2015. Tyler graduated in 2011, and I graduated in 1985. This is our first time here. We're very excited to be here. Some of the stories we've heard tonight have been amazing. I'd like to thank and congratulate all the graduates for all your accomplishments and wish you all well. We decided to set up the scholarship in our family name last year, but that was canceled by the plague. So this year is the first time to be up here, and we're kind of excited about that. When we decided the requirements for our scholarship for our family, I think like most families, we all have slightly different things that are important to each individual. So we decided to have one scholarship for each member of our family. So we're going to present 5 scholarships tonight. Molly?
When asked why I wanted to create a theater scholarship, the answer is very simple for me. The arts need to be recognized. Theater is more than just, people prancing around on a stage in silly costumes and cool lighting. It's an art form, and it's an experience that needs to be shared. And I know the recipient of this award is someone who truly understands that theater, the importance of theater, and the importance of storytelling. And so that's why I'm very honored to announce the recipient of the Molly Dipple Theater Scholarship, Erica Heiselman.
Sure, some of you know me. I work here and I'm very short on words. I'm going to make it simple. I'm very, very honored to give this scholarship to Megan Neal.
My middle son Kyle is in Ames right now, and he wasn't able to be here tonight, but he is pursuing a career in physical therapy and with an emphasis on working with kids that have special needs. So this is a scholarship for that purpose to people that want to pursue an education in special needs. Reese Wendell. My oldest son Tyler is in Tennessee, and he also couldn't be here tonight. He works for a CBS affiliate down there. He makes videos and commercials and things like that. And so he has a degree in communications, and so he wanted to honor someone that is interested in going into the field of communications. So Ella Lickfield. And my passion has always been sports, so I wanted to present a scholarship to someone that participated in varsity sports throughout their career at PV, and obviously I'm in the field of medicine, so I wanted to honor someone that was interested in going into medicine. So Alex Clemens.
Good evening. I'm Gene Vincent, and Eileen and I, my wife. I might start by telling a little bit about why we want to give a scholarship to Pleasant Valley, or one of the Pleasant Valley students. We had 3 children. We moved here in '68, I guess, moved to Pleasant Valley in 1970. And the kids went through elementary, junior high, and high school, 3 children. They were all very good students. They all participated in athletics, drama, music, and were good students. Our daughter was a top student in her class. She went on to our 3 children that went to Pleasant Valley, ended up going to Iowa State University. Renee was majored in chemical engineering when she was there and graduated top of the engineering department, engineering college at Iowa State. Kent was in biology pre-med, and he's now practicing pediatric orthopedics in Tucson. Renee has now worked in the oil industry and she's now retired. Our oldest, Brian, was a junior at Iowa State. He lost his life in a plane crash, and he just the same day he lost his life, he'd run in a Big 8 track meet, Lincoln, Nebraska. So he won a track scholarship. They all received scholarships at Iowa State, so we're very proud of that. I might also say I worked for Iowa State University for 31 years, I think, so an extra reason why we wanted to help send the student to Iowa State. And so our scholarship is based on an outstanding student who will be enrolling this fall at Iowa State University. So that person is Gautam Suresh.
Hashmat Siddiqui was 9 years old in August of 1947 when India obtained freedom from the British Empire. When the country divided, the biggest migration in the history of mankind occurred. 15 million people were uprooted from their homes and 550,000 were killed. Hashmat's family fled to Pakistan from a comfortable home to a refugee status. She insisted on going to school despite unfavorable conditions, when the majority of girls stayed home fearing their safety. She went on to college, obtaining a master's in both geography and Islamic studies, and became an educator. When her son moved to the Quad Cities, she eventually followed. Her love and passion for education has grown watching her grandchildren thrive in Pleasant Valley. She is honored to help other driven individuals reach their higher education goals. She hopes this generation can work towards a better understanding of different faiths, color, and cultures of people all over the world. This year's Hashmat Siddiqui and Manazar Family Scholarship is awarded to Caitlin Clark.
Hello there. I'm Julie Albee, John's one of his sister-in-laws, and this is his youngest brother, David. We're here to present the John Albee Memorial Scholarship. John was a 1985 PV graduate. He played football, baseball, and wrestled, worked for Baylor Concrete and Valley Construction as a quality control inspector. John was a kind, fun, and very outgoing guy who got along well, great with others. In 2014, John lost his life due to traumatic brain injury from a motorcycle accident. We decided to start an annual benefit ride to collect money, enough money to start a scholarship in his name. The ride is usually held the third Saturday in August, and all of you are welcome. Now we're in the process of our second scholarship in his name, and really close to meeting our goal. Then after that, we're planning on donating any money that is coming to anyone with traumatic brain injury. So this year, on behalf of the Albee family, we would like to present a John Albee Memorial Scholarship to Alexandria Manos.
John Bowie was born with a mental and physical disability known as RH baby. Parents with opposite blood antigens, one positive and one negative, can produce offspring with this condition unless the baby is transfused in the womb to match the mother's antigen. This knowledge and the procedure to correct the condition came a few years too late for Johnny to benefit. When John passed away in 2008, James and Carol Bowie established this scholarship to honor and remember him. John was a man who was never in the public eye, a man who never had the chance to achieve greatness, to have a family, and to build a legacy. The love of all who knew him will be his legacy, as will this scholarship, which will bear his name forever. This scholarship is awarded to a student who is pursuing a career working with mentally and or physically handicapped individuals or in mental health care. This year's John Bowie Memorial Scholarship goes to Emma Carter. The Catherine Ludwig Humanitarian Scholarship is awarded to a Pleasant Valley senior who recognizes and appreciates people of all abilities, has demonstrated community-mindedness, and has shown an interest in helping and or mentoring peers of all abilities. The Catherine Ludwig Humanitarian Scholarship is character-based rather than need or merit-based. This year's Catherine Ludwig Humanitarian Scholarship goes to Savannah Irvin.
Dr. Vijay Rajendran is a cardiologist with CDM. The Rajendran Family Scholarship supports a Pleasant Valley High School senior pursuing advanced studies in biological sciences each year. The family has lived in the school district for over 20 years, and their children are alums of Pleasant Valley High School. Initially, his employer, CDM, was providing funding, but when company policy changed that, Dr. Rajendran did not want the scholarship to go away, so his family endowed it. And it is the family's wishes that it would continue to support young people pursuing academic careers in the sciences. The Rajendran Family Scholarship this year is awarded to Jordan Youngs. Carolyn and Joseph Martin Family Scholarship is the next to be awarded. Carolyn and Joe Martin moved to Bettendorf in 1994 and felt fortunate to discover an extended family in the Pleasant Valley school community. Their two children, Ann and Sam, graduated from PV and both benefited tremendously from the educational opportunities available to them. Shortly before Ann and Sam started high school, PV initiated the service learning requirement for graduation. Both of their children were active in a variety of sports and extracurricular activities, but their time spent volunteering provided meaningful learning opportunities for them. With this scholarship, the Martin family hopes to honor a PV senior who has helped others through exemplary voluntary service work. This year's Carolyn and Joseph Martin Family Scholarship goes to Christina Lee. I hope that you have heard this phrase somewhere along the way, that this school district will have the finest academic and extracurricular program in the state. Not in some things, but in everything. Not for some students, but for every student. You would have no reason to know that at the beginning, that phrase stopped before not for some students, but for every student. It was Cindy Baer, whose scholarship I'm honored to now provide, that insisted that the not for some students, but for every student be added, and thereby transitioned that values, that statement from being a slogan to being a deeply held value of the district. Some of you may know that Cindy had started a career in guidance at Bridgeview and Cody Elementary in the district in 1981. She then assumed the principalship at Cody Elementary, where she served until the fall of 2003, and then was appointed to Assistant Superintendent of Schools, position from which she retired in June of 2010. Cindy was the oldest daughter of a small town minister, and her mom worked with the migrant workers who had come to the Quad City area to pick tomatoes in Muscatine for the Heinz plant. Early on, Cindy learned 3 lessons in her life: the value of a good education, the importance of hard work and doing one's best, and the magnitude and worth of serving others. It is those lessons Cindy would most like to have endure in the student who receives this scholarship. This year's Cindy Baer Leadership Scholarship goes to Roshni Patel.
I have the privilege at this time to share with you a little bit about the Ann and Rains Ford Brown Junior Memorialship. Before I share this one, I want you to think of 2 things. Number 1, listen to why they have this scholarship for the traits they're looking for in an individual. But it's also a story about 2 individuals who love each other very much. It might actually fit the slogan where you hear about dying of a broken heart. Rainsford and Ann Brown believed in family, community, church, and local business. Rainsford and Ann married in 1954 and moved to the Quad Cities to run a family business. It was called Meadows Transfer and Storage. In 1962, Rainsford started Twin Bridges Truck City, a heavy-duty Mack truck dealership in Bettendorf, and later bought Stanford Forwarding Company, a regional trucking company. All 3 companies continued to enjoy success under the leadership of the family. The Browns believed in volunteering. Rainsford served on the board of Iowa Wesleyan College, Youth for Christ, and Ridgecrest Retirement Center. Ann enjoyed ministering to those fighting illness as a longtime befriender at Genesis Medical Center. Rainsford and Ann passed away in October 2010 within 24 hours of each other. Their children endowed the scholarship in their honor. The recipient must be interested in automotive or diesel career, like collision repair, heavy equipment, or trucking. This year's Anne Rainsford Brown Junior Memorial Scholarship recipient is Kendall Jarvis. The Joshua D. Fulmer Memorial. Joshua Fulmer was a fun-loving young man who thoroughly enjoyed school. Even though it was not easy for him academically, he never wanted to miss a day of socializing with friends and joking with his teachers. Josh loved wrestling and working on cars in shop class. He was a young man of character who visited residents of a local nursing home after school just to give them some company. Josh was a Mississippi River enthusiast and an avid fisherman. As a devoted son, brother, and friend, Josh loved life and lived each day to the fullest. Unfortunately, Josh's life was cut short as he died 1 week after his high school graduation from Pleasant Valley in 1989 due to injuries sustained in a car accident. The recipient of this year's scholarship displays the traits of Joshua. I'm honored this recipient is Paige Bodify.
Throughout his life, Dan Clausen believed in hard work, accountability, and a positive mindset. A lifelong farmer, he also served as the fire chief of Pleasant Valley Fire Department and the assistant fire chief of Bedford. He and his wife of 50 years, Peg, who worked for PV for 28 years, farmed in Pleasant Valley and raised 3 graduates. They have 7 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. Clausen family has been consistently involved and dedicated to serving the PV district mission in whatever way necessary. Dan was a kind-hearted neighbor, always willing to help. No matter the need, he was always there for others, whether it was for use on the farm or need from a neighbor or the community. This year's scholarship winner has similar traits. This year's Dan Clausen Memorial Scholarship winner is Macy McKinnon.
Larry and Gloria Deloy had 4 children who graduated from Pleasant Valley High School between the years of 1997 and 2007. Lisa in the class of 97, Sarah, class of 99. Sarah was also on our faculty. Derek, class of 2002, and Katie in the class of 2007. It was the confluence of 2 events that caused the Deloy family to establish 2 scholarships to be awarded to PD students. One was the selling of their business that they ran for years in the Quad City area, Superior 2, and the other, the sad loss of their youngest child, Katie. One of the scholarships is in honor of the family, the other in honor of Katie. Katie was born with Down syndrome, and she was an absolute joy in the hallways of Pleasant Valley. The family was so happy for what the district provided their children and the educational opportunities they were afforded. Participate in activities including band, newspaper, yearbook, sports, art, student council, Spartan assembly, and of course volunteering. Katie passed away at the age of 31, and as I said, was a joy and a light to all the people that she touched in the hallways of PV. This year's Deloy Family Scholarship goes to Aislinn Brown, and the Katie Deloy Memorial Scholarship goes to Owen Fitzgerald. Let me just take a moment before I announce my last scholarship. You, particularly the students, would have no way of knowing many of the people that these scholarships are named for, the history behind them, and such like that. But I hope I can convey to you what has been conveyed here this evening and a week ago. That among these scholarships are individuals who have cared enough about your future that they would name scholarships. They would honor the loss of a mother, of a child, of a parent. They would honor them by wanting to help you. How you can respond to that is only one way. You go out and earn that. My last scholarship this evening is the Christine Harvey True Blue Scholarship. This scholarship was established in 2014 by those, myself included, who had the pleasure of working with Chris for 33 years. That included many faculty, past and present board members, and of course, every superintendent who served the district in the last 45 years. You know, to make an organization successful, you have those who are in the limelight, but more importantly, you have the people in the background doing the day-to-day nuts and bolts work to make things happen, to make things actually work. Chris Harvey was one of those people. When the foundation was organized, the beginning fundraiser was the golf outing. It was Chris Harvey who laid all the groundwork to make that happen. Her hard work, kindness, and true blue dedication to each superintendent, the district, and the school boards she served is not only examples for us, her colleagues, but for you, the students, past, present, and future. The student awarded the Chris Harvey True Blue Scholarship has been loyal to a cause. And this year's Chris Harvey True Blue Scholarship goes to Alexander Thorne.
The Drish family, John, Jan, Jessica, and Derek, moved to the Quad Cities in the fall of 1985, and John continued his career with Hy-Vee as the Bettendorf Hy-Vee manager. Both Drish children, Jessica and Derek, attended Pleasant Valley and were involved in a large variety of activities, including cheer, volleyball, choir, drama, wrestling, track, and golf. The family wanted to create its own scholarship to give back to the school district and community that were continually supportive of their family for so many years. The family awards 2 scholarships, one for an engineering major and one for a student in biological sciences. The recipient of the Drish Family Engineering Scholarship is Luke Brunswell, and the recipient of the Drish Family Biological Science Scholarship is Sarah Batman.
PTA Character Counts Scholarship is awarded to a student who lives the Character Counts pillars. These values are instilled in our students: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. This year's PTA Character Counts Scholarship is awarded to Julia Houghton. In May of 2017, Pleasant Valley High School received the Spirit of Inclusion from Varsity Brands. With the award came a $10,000 prize, which was used to endow this scholarship for a Pleasant Valley student who has gone above and beyond to foster a spirit of inclusion. At Pleasant Valley High School, the administrators, staff, and students embrace an unwavering commitment to inclusion. 2008, students at PV created the nation's first inclusive cheerleading team, the Spartan Sparkles. Building on that PV pride, students created a PV Pals, a club that brings together students with and without disabilities for social activities. The Unite Club, another student-driven endeavor, believes in universal respect for all races, nationalities, religions, gender identities, sexual orientation, abilities, appearance, and financial status. The recipient of this year's scholarship embodies this commitment to inclusion. This year's Spirit of Inclusion Scholarship goes to Annalie Anderson.
Hello, I'm Abby Moiser. I'm a teacher here in the district, and I am this year's co-PBA president. The PBA scholarship rewards students who plan to become teachers in the future. The Pleasant Valley Educational Association, a group of teachers at all grade levels throughout the district, has contributed the $1,000 annually to perpetuate excellence in education. Past recipients of the award have established careers in elementary, secondary, and post-secondary teaching. The Scholarship Selection Committee looks not only for students who have high academic accomplishments, but for those who exhibit characteristics of personality and work ethic that will serve them well as teachers. And I'm very honored this evening to present this year's PBA scholarship to Isabella Howell.
Good evening. I'm Teresa Barber, and I'm Effie's mom. I'm here to represent the Pleasant Valley School District's robotics program, which has been offering STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities for students since 2007. Through our after-school robotics classes, robotics camps, and participation in FIRST Robotics, we are promoting and fostering student interest in STEM at all levels from elementary through high school. The Spartan STEM Scholarship recognizes a student who has both participated and volunteered in our robotics program and is pursuing a STEM-related career. I had a little trouble putting together my remarks for this evening. So I reached out to my family because we are all so very, very proud of Genevieve. Alton says that through your 8 years of involvement
in the robotics program, he has seen you grow into a leader and role model for many of our district students through your volunteerism with our summer robotics camp, logging nearly 150 volunteer hours, and your dedication to the education for women in STEM. And Abby admires your passion for the things that you care about because you care deeply about them. And that you're always willing to do anything that you're asked, and you always try your very best. You probably don't know this about Genevieve because you've never tell. But she is the only Pleasant Valley student to be recognized as a Dean's List finalist, which, if you're familiar with First Robotics, is a pretty big. So we just want to congratulate Genevieve and note that you will be missed by a lot of little girls and me.
I am LaDonna Chahowski, Philip's mom. My family established the Philip Chahowski Memorial Scholarship in 1998, the year Philip would have graduated from Pleasant Valley High School had he not passed away from a childhood cancer called rhabdomyosarcoma at the age of 5.5. Philip had a dream probably similar to yours at age 5, and that dream was looking forward to the excitement of going to school. He was able to make kindergarten registration in the spring, but never had the chance to start school in the fall and achieve that very simple dream of a 5-year-old. That is part of the reason that my family established the scholarship as a way to help someone else realize their dream of continuing their education. As I sat last evening starting to prepare for tonight, I couldn't help but think about the importance of acts of kindness. I thought about the friends that I have made with the people sitting here on this stage and how their acts of kindness are helping others. Then I spent time thinking of Philip and lovingly remembered some of the many kindnesses shown to him during his life, but most importantly during that time of his illness. Some of these kind acts are still as clear as if they happened yesterday. You see, one of the many things that remain in my heart after Philip's death is that no matter how small an act of kindness may have seemed to someone else, to us, it just might have been that one thing that provided a smile, a moment of happiness, a glorious laugh, a split second of escape from pain. There is absolutely no way one can put a value on how much kindness affected us then and still influences the decisions of today. I encourage you to always proceed with an act of kindness, no matter how small or insignificant you might feel it is. You can make an important contribution to the quality of someone's life without ever realizing it simply by your kindness. Also echoing through my head last night was my dad, who early on always said, "A good education and a kind heart will serve you well throughout your life." This year's recipient of Philip's Scholarship has been active in baseball, wants to pursue a degree in physical therapy, and at the time he wrote his application was planning on becoming an Iowa Hawkeye. On behalf of my family, I am happy to present Philip's Scholarship for the 24th time we have presented his scholarship to Brooks Ryder.
And finally, last on your list, first in your hearts, right? I could really stretch this out a long time, being the last one. I'm not gonna, because I want to leave here with a shred of dignity and my life. So, with that in mind, would these three individuals please come forward? Connor R. Miller, Lindsay Davison, and Benjamin Curry. What my wife was to this district. It was not a long-lived tenure here. She was a substitute teacher in the high school, and then her last year was as a accompanist for the choirs. She replaced someone who had just recently died, and herself then died in that July at the end of that school year. Her final performance, if you will call it that, was made at a wedding, playing for a wedding for a Pleasant Valley student, and she accompanied a cellist from Pleasant Valley, a flutist from Pleasant Valley, and a vocalist from Pleasant Valley. She was very much involved in music. She had spent 15 years as a teacher, countless years as a piano teacher and a voice teacher, mentor, an advocate for the fine arts in our school districts throughout districts that she touched. But, you know, not the heck with it. I'm going to stop talking about her. I'm going to start talking about me. You know, I've been giving these scholarships for about 13 years now, and each one of them is a 3 scholarship commitment each year for about $1,000. Now, some of you people that were presenters have maybe heard this rant of mine, but I'm going to say it again because that amounts to, if my math is correct, almost $40,000 in scholarships I've been able to donate. Which begs the question to me, what was I thinking? You know, $40,000, that's, I know, just think of the stuff that you could get with $40,000 and it always boggles the mind. And I can think of not one more poignant example of that other than to say that in these last 13 years, I have personally squandered the ability of myself to enjoy upwards of 4 million pieces of bazooka bubblegum. There's a lot of long faces up here. They know what I'm talking about. But so what was I thinking? Well, what I was thinking was this. If these scholarships in any way influence these winners to pursue a career dedicated to the instruction of music students, whether it be voice, chorus, band, or orchestra. But if that money was to influence that one person to take a career and choose this career to go into music, to be a teacher, to be a mentor, to be an advocate for the curriculum of fine arts in our schools, then that money spent would have been worth every single dime. And I hope you 3 recipients take that to heart. I don't require you to become music instructors. I don't have that sort of power over you. But what I do have the power over you to is please, and this goes for all the music students here, keep singing, keep playing. Because there's going to be someone up there looking down on you that's going to have a very large smile on their face. And I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Benjamin Curry. Band, Lindsay Davison. And orchestra, Connor R.
Well, as we bring this special event to a close, just want to say a few last words to all of you. Students, before you leave tonight, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on what you heard tonight. There are a lot of people on stage here that believe in you, that believe that you either have the character traits that they possess, that they saw in their families, or possibly the talents that they saw in you, that they want you to go on to college and be successful. Parents, thank you for allowing us to be a difference in your child's life. and we hope we made a difference in their lives. And to everybody on stage tonight, and everyone on stage last Wednesday night, a thank you to all of you. You have helped us start to reach a goal. We've given 115 scholarships these 2 nights, and our goal is to reach every student someday in Pleasant Valley. You guys are the seeds to make that happen, and to continue that to go on. Students, when you leave here tonight, remember this night. There might be an opportunity in your life to give back to somebody else. And you just heard how rewarding that can be, because you can change the life of somebody else. Thank you. Good luck. Have a great graduation in a couple weeks, and go conquer the world.
the accessibility.